So today I'm going to solve this problem from LeetCode. The name of the problem is toSum, and the problem has been categorized as an easy problem. So let's start with the question first. The question is like this: given an array of integers nums, we will get an integer array named as nums, and we will get an integer variable also. The name of the variable is, let's say, target. What we need to do, we have to return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. They have also told us that we may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and we may not use the same element twice. So this is a plus point because we can add this in our if condition. It would make it easier to solve this problem. Now we have to return the answer, but we can return the answer in any order we want. Okay, so first example is like this: the input integer array nums, it has 1 2 3 4 4 elements, 2 7 11 15, and the target integer is 9. So we have to check what two numbers add the value 9 here, because they have said us that we have to return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. Okay, so let's calculate it. If we sum up 2 and 7, 7 plus 2 equal 9. We are getting the output right here. But if we sum it like this, 7 plus 11, it would provide 18, 11 plus 15, it won't provide 9. All right. So as we can see that 2 and 7, if we sum these two integers, we will get the target value, which is 9 here. So we have to return the index number of these two integer numbers. Okay. Now we know that array starts from 0 number index. That means this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3. And as we have solved this problem using this integer and this integer, this is index 0 and this is index 1, so we have to simply return index 0 and 1. This will be the output integer array. Now keep in mind that we have to return the output as an integer array, but we can return in any order we see fit for ourselves. They have also provided an explanation here, because nums 0, which is 2, plus nums 1, which is 7, equal 9. This equals 9, right? 2 plus 7 equal 9. So we are returning 0, 1. As they have said us that we can return the answer in any order, most probably this means that here we have returned 0, 1, but we can also return 1, 0. Basically, that means the same thing, right? Because we are simply returning the index value in an integer array, adding a comma, you can say that. Now if we check for example 2, input nums 3 2 4 and the target is 6. 3 plus 2, 6, 4 plus 2, sorry, 3 plus 2 equal 5, which is not equal to our target value 6, but 2 and 4 equals to 6, which is equal to our target value. So we have got our answer. Now we need to return the indices. This is index 1, this is index 2, so we have to return index 1 and 2. We have done that here as well. Now this is our last example, and this is the integer array. We have got only 3 elements here, 3 and 3, and the target value is 6. Now we can see that we have already got our answer here, right? 3 plus 3 equal to 6. This 3 is index 0, this 3 is index 1, so we are simply returning 0 and 1 in an integer array like this. Now they have also provided us 4 constraints, which is the length of the integer nums array should be greater or equal to 2, and it should be less or equal to 10 to the power 4, and some other constraints is here. And keep in mind this, only one valid answer exists, so that we can understand that we have to return only 2 indices, because we can get the answer of this problem using only 2 indices, as they have already told us that only one valid answer exists. So we shouldn't find more than 2 answers. Like we have found 2 integer values here which sums up to the target value. But we shouldn't get this type of integers, like we have got more two integers, we have got four integers which individually to sums up to the target value. We won't get like that. We will get only one answer which will sum up two integer values from the integer array and provide an equivalent answer to the target, like this. Okay, now it's time to solve this problem. Again, I'm going to solve this using Java, but you can use any other you can use any other programming language you want. All of them would necessarily use the same concept if you can understand this concept, I think. So here we have taken an integer array named as integer nums and integer target. Now what I will do, I will use two for loops, outer for loop and inner for loop, and I will solve this problem like this. First of all, I will fix to the first index value, and then I will create another for loop, inner for loop. In inner for loop, I will try to sum up the first index with the rest of the index, and I will see whether I can get the target value after summing them up or not, like this. Let me solve this problem first. So first of all, I'm taking a for loop, outer for loop, and let's say I'm using integer I, and I'm initializing it to 0 so that I can get the first value from the array here, and I should be less or equal nums dot length, like this, because I want to traverse full array eventually, right? And I should be incremented by like this. Done. Here, suppose I'm taking the first index value here in line number 3. Suppose I am taking 2, and now I will sum up 2 with the rest of the indexes so that I can check whether they sum up to our target value or not, like this. I have chosen 2 here, and here I will take another for loop and inner for loop, and I will use integer j. I will start at 1 because I have already reserved the first index, and I will check whether they sum up to our target value by this. I have got first index and I will sum it up to the rest of the index. So this is 0, index number 0. I have reserved index 0, and I am summing up with the rest of the indexes, index 1 plus index 0, whether they sum up to target, then index 0 plus index 2, whether they sum up to the target, and then index 0 plus last index, whether they sum up to the target or not, like this. So for integer equal to j equal to 1, and j would also traverse until you get the length index, and j plus plus, like this. Now I will provide my condition here. I will use the first condition like this. You may not use the same element twice, so I will check it first to reduce the time complexity. So I will use if I not equals j, and then nums I plus nums j equal target. I'm considering it like this. First of all, I'm going to check whether they are the same element or not. If they don't become the same element, then I will also check whether those indexes, both of these indexes, sums up till target value or not. If they do that, then I've already got my answer. So what I will do, I will return the index value as an integer array I comma j, like this. Sorry. And then I need to return an integer array here, like this. Okay, so I need to return another new integer if we can't find anything in the integer array. Then we need to return the 0 number index, because suppose we have got an array but there are only one element, so we can only return that one element, right? We can't sum up with that one element with other, because there are no other element in that array. So only in that case I am returning only that element, because I have got only one element in an array. The array consists only one element, so I can't return more than one element. So in that case I am returning that element only. And if an array contains only one element, the index should be only 0, because array always starts from the 0 index, right? Now the code looks like this. Let me run this code. Now don't worry about the source code. I have already provided the source code link in the description box. Accepted. Now let me submit this code. Let's see whether they accept it or not. All right, they have accepted it. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.